Education. Education, formal and informal. Formal, again, according to who? Informal, according to who? This is funny, because what you call informal education is actually the formal education. Because the informal education prepares you to work. Actually, it is the education that is not written on paper. It is what you do as you learn, and you learn as you do. Whereas the formal one is where you must do the bookish knowledge system first in a university, and in conclusion, then you must write a CV. Then you show us what you have studied, but you can't do it. Then you say you're educated. So the African education is called informal.
Yeah, of course. The one that actually is practical.
But informal education creates some of the most sophisticated things that you can ever imagine, which CNC machines would struggle to make, and we call that informal education. But when you look, let me just look maybe squarely well into what they call the formal education structure. And maybe speak of its advantage first and its disadvantage next. The advantage of the formal education, it standardizes knowledge systems across the globe so that you are able to know what everybody else knows around the world there. Beautiful. It's a waste of time in that the greater percentage of what you're studying from primary school to university is totally junk in the bag. You will not even remember what you studied.
That's a fact. That's why parents struggle to help their children with the homework.
Yeah.
Because it's not practical. You learned it, but you
No, we used to spot my exam papers and see which one is coming. And then if you strike the one that is coming,
sure.
So how
what gauge son?
Hey, you study paper wrong, you know. Sure. So kids memorize answers, and because you can regurgitate those answers, you are called educated.
Sometimes if I my exam. I've
heard those stories.
Matiana, we have some concern.
Student number. I've heard those stories.
I've got time to make money. I don't have time to
heard
be
those stories.
and listening to the lecture the whole year. No,
sure.
I'm hustling on campus, bro.
Yeah. So if you look at our education system, maybe let's not waste time with arguments. Let me go exactly what I want to say. Then we can actually be able to, we can engage on this one.
Yes, sir.
I feel I want to give you, for this afternoon in the Hustlers Corner, I want to give you a template, a blueprint of what I think education should be like, particularly for the African child post-21st century. Our education must not be from learning to employment. Our education must be from problem to solution. Let me clarify that. What do I mean by that? It means that a student firstly goes into the community, takes off their shoes, and they walk around the community. They identify the problems in the community, be it water, be it transport, be it communication, be it food, be it anything that you identify. Then after you have identified your problem, then you must come up with what I call a position paper or a proposal. Write a piece of paper, not make it complicated like a business plan. Just explain what you have seen and what kind of a problem it is, how the people are feeling about the problem, and how do you feel about the problem. Take that piece of paper, walk up to an academic institution, and study for the next 3 to 4 years how to solve
this particular
problem that is in my community. And while you are studying, you start networking. Who can bring solutions into the same problem. By the time you complete studying here, you actually have a business plan.
Yes.
If the government was serious in terms of youth development funding, this is the group that needed to be funded, who already have studied the problem for 4 years. Enough practicals, enough theories. By the time they get out of university, they got to implement the solution which they identified and they have studied. And now they're implementing. And I think it creates a seamless value chain between the students and their network and them amassing the resources in the community and creating their own businesses, which for me is the perfect solution. So instead of having universities that are waiting for students to come and say, what am I supposed to study? And after they finish studying, they still don't know where they're going to work. And then we talk about unemployment. And of that,
You're suggesting the other way. The student must approach the institution with documented problems
the
in
institution,
detail.
the institution.
These are the problems I want you guys to help me to solve.
Then all the professors become referrals. Imagine in Twane, we are going to, I want to start a radio station. When DJs, you are the teacher there. So what are you going to be doing in that radio station? For the next 4 years, in Twane Lay, if you develop a content. Okay, I'm a morning shows fun. So I say what drive a ganj. Afternoon lunch, see share ganj. Afternoon drive, beto ganj. Night drive, share ganj. Other people, you are in there now as a source of information and experience. So people like us will be sitting in the university there to share information with the young people. In that case, you don't need to be a doctor and a professor. If anyone wants to write a book, for example, I've done 15 books in total. I cannot fail to share information on how to write, how to read, how to proofread, what systems do you need to place your book out there and package it and etc. So that universities actually become reference centers of problem solving, rather than regurgitating centers of telling us in what other people have done in the past. And when something, these guys who are senior lecturers in commerce, Mutawana has never done even a business. He's a poor guy.
That is true.
He's giving you all the research on how to make money and how to how does a business and the economy work. And how can you teach me entrepreneurship? You've never sold even a toothbrush or a toothpick. So you find that our universities must actually be populated with real mentors, who are the lecturers. And by mentors, I mean people who have walked the path, who have the experience. The young people come into class, informal class or formal class, to be sharing experiences. So after you've done the water, how is it going to help me who wants to do agriculture? And you wanna, who have done in your agriculture, how am I going to assist because I want to do transport? Okay, me, I'm not do transport. So how am I going to assist because I want to do fuel? And then you begin to look at these communities as studying not away from themselves.